Hello and welcome to our brand new Active TV, bringing you on-demand workouts you can do anytime at home. My name's Penny and I'm one of the active NERS instructors here, and I hope you're all doing well today. We're going to carry out a cardio circuit today. We've got 3 components to the cardio circuit. A warm-up first of all for 12 to 15 minutes, then a main component of 5 exercises which you can repeat depending on your level and how long you want to lengthen the circuit to, and then we've got a cool down afterwards for 12 to 15 minutes again. Okay, make sure that you're fit and well before you continue with any of the workouts. If not, save it for another day, that's okay. Make sure that you've taken the relevant medication that you need to take for that day too. Make sure that you only work to the level that you're happy and comfortable with, not ever into any pain or discomfort. Make sure you've got a nice clean area to work in as well, free of furniture and any mats or pets that might be about, tripping hazards. Nice comfortable layers of clothing so that you can take a layer off should you get warm, and always keep a drink close by so that you can keep well hydrated between your exercises. The aim of our cardio circuit today is to work out and promote healthy heart and lung condition. Okay, so let's start with a march on the spot, moving our feet. And just as a note, we don't need any special equipment for this circuit today, no specialist gym equipment. We just need a chair, so you can use a dining room chair. And I've got a couple of hand weights there, but you can use a couple of bottles filled with rice or water just to add that weight there if you wish. So starting gently with the warm-up, gradually building, loosening the muscles up, raising the temperature in the body and lifting the heart rate slowly. Now let's start with a shoulder shrug. So as we're moving those feet gently, I want you to lift those shoulders up to the ears and then gently draw the shoulders down the back. Lift and then lower. Try not to bring the shoulders forward, up to the ears, and really drawing down and back. That's the important bit, that promotes the good posture. Let's do that one more time. Good, and relax down. Now let's move the arms slightly into that march. And we're going to move on to our first movement with the legs. There is the heel dig. I'm going to take my hands to my hips because we're not getting the arms involved there just yet. Draw the toe up towards your nose. Bend the knee that's supporting you ever so slightly. I'll show you that from the side. And we'll feel a lovely stretching going on at the back of the leg there as we move. One more of those and then march it out. Next, we're going to move on to tapping the toe in front. So again, hands on the hips, tap the toe towards the floor. Gentle moves to start. Stretching out the front of that ankle. Mobilising those ankles with these moves at the moment. And I'll show you from the side. Stand up nice and tall, draw in round the middle. Make that the last one. And then we'll march again. Swing the arms just ever so slightly more. And next we're going to walk the feet out to a bit of width here. And just settle there, knees nice and soft, shoulders down and back, standing up nice and tall. I'm going to slide the hand down towards the knee, this side, slowly up in the centre, have a little pause and down to the other side. Now as we're doing this, I'm wiggling my toes as well to keep that blood flowing, because now we've started our feet moving, we want to keep that momentum, keep that warm-up going. So wiggling the toes as you go. Lovely stretch down the side here. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. Don't go into anything that feels wrong for you. Lovely, and we'll do one more there. Back to the centre, stand up tall, and I'm going to bring the feet in and march it out. Now I'm moving those hands a little higher as we feel a little bit looser. Lovely. Now, next move, I'm going to bring my hands to my hips again, so as not to get them too involved, and I'm going to tap the toe out to the side. So point that toe away, and we're starting to warm up the muscles at the side of the legs here, raising the body temperature a little bit as we move some more. Lovely. And I'm keeping those feet moving. If that's too far for you, then just a smaller move. So again, whatever is comfortable for you. I'll show you from the side. And we'll make that one your last and march it out again. Don't forget, stand up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed down and back. And move into our next one now. So hands onto the hips again, we don't want them involved in this first round. I'm going to tap the toe behind me. And I'll show you from the side. So stand up nice and tall. Just a gentle tap back, and again, don't go too far. We're still in the warm-up, so we're building up those movements slowly. And if you want to, you can go a little less far. On the front. And we'll do one more there and march it out. Okay, so next move, we're going to do a slightly larger move, a step to the side. So we're going to step this way. Little gap between the feet helps the balance, and then back. Again, no arms at this stage. Step together and back together. Now it's up to you. If you want to reduce the size of that movement, if it feels more comfortable, then you do so. Back to the center, and from the side, I'll show you that. Standing up tall, chest lifted, nice steady breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. A couple more of those, keep that going. This is your last. Back to the center, and let's march again. Okay, so that's our first round through the exercises. As we're moving now, we might start to feel a little bit looser, things feel a little bit easier as those joints and muscles get lubricated and warm. Now then, let's go back to our shoulders again. So some rolls. I'm going to come forward, up, round, down and back to open out the chest. I'll show you from the side. Forward, up, round, down and back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together as you take the shoulders back. Really opening out the chest. This really helps with the breathing and the posture. And we'll do two more, please. Keeping those feet moving. One more time. Good. And back to your march. So keeping those feet moving, it's important now that we've started to keep the blood flowing. And we're going to take a dig forward again. So hand to the hips to start. Toe comes up, and let's make that a little bit more active by adding a bicep curl on one side. I'll show you from the side. And we can bend the knee a little bit more now if you feel that works for you. I'll show you from the front again. Lovely. As we bend that knee, we can start to feel those leg muscles working slightly harder. Last one there, and march it out again. I'm going to tap the toe to the side again now. Out we go. But this time, I'm going to add some arm movement. Not too high, so let's say about halfway, half a raise from the side there. Keep standing tall, breathing steadily. Shoulders and upper body there relaxed. That's it. And we'll do 3, 2, and 1, and back to your march again. So you should be starting to feel, like I say, a little bit looser, a little bit warmer, things getting a little bit easier for you. Now we're going to take the feet wide again and just settle there, and while I've got them still, I want to make sure that I'm wiggling my toes to keep that blood flow going. I'm going to bring the elbows into the side as if I'm holding a tea tray out in front, and I'm going to turn as if I'm passing that tray to the person beside me. Slowly back to the middle, have a little pause, and then turn to the other side. Head and shoulders follow those hands. Keep the hips facing front, and you'll help that by keeping the knees bent slightly. That's it. Keep breathing steadily through. Standing up nice and tall. Okay. I'll show you from the side. So that will be here. And your last one. Good. And back to centre, and we'll march again. Bringing those arms up halfway. We're going to tap back again now. So just start off with your hands on your hips while you just get yourself used to that move. Toe goes behind you, and then we're going to bring some arms in. Halfway arms. Now remember, if you don't feel that you can cope with these arms, if you're a bit wobbly and you'd rather keep your hands on your hips, or you're not quite ready for it, that's fine. Keep your hands down. Otherwise, we've got the halfway arms out in front. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Standing up nice and tall. Really getting those legs working for you now, and the arms involved, so the heart and lungs should be gradually working that slightly bit harder. That's it. One more. Good, and march. And remember, if you need a drink, have a quick drink. Keep yourself well hydrated. Try and keep those feet moving there if you can as well. Now, we did that side step, so let's do that again. First of all, with the hands on the hips, we're going to take a step to the side, land both feet, little gap in the middle. But now let's make this a little bit more of a challenge if you want to. Let's do a double side step. 1, then 2. Smaller than the full single. And we can add some arms as well. So if you've got the space to do the double, if you haven't got the space, that's okay, stick to your single. Halfway arms. And we should be starting to feel that working for us now. Again, these warming up these muscles, the side. Lovely, and I'll show you that from the side as well. Coming towards you and away. Keep up tall, keep the rib here, away from the hip. That's it, upper body relaxed. Keep going with that one. One last time, and back. And march it out. Now then, so we're on to our final round here in our warm-up. So let's swing the arms a little more. Let's bring the knees slightly higher. Don't forget to relax those shoulders and stand tall. Now, keeping my feet moving here like this, I'm going to just take the hand up and over, as if I was combing my hair. Just go as far as is comfortable for you. Keep looking ahead and try not to drop the chin. So I don't want to be seeing here. Keep looking ahead of you. And this is mobilizing those shoulders for you. Help and get that movement in there. for the main event of exercises that we'll do in a moment. We'll go one more time with that. That's lovely, and back to your march. My arms, again, like I say, they've come a bit higher, my knees a little higher when I concentrate on that marching. We're going to go back to that heel dig next. So hands on hips to start while you just reset what you're doing. And then if you want to, you can add that bicep curl now. Elbows in. Bend the knee a little bit more. Get those leg muscles working for you. Now, if that's a bit much, you can always take the arms away, or you could go back to the one arm. It's entirely up to you. You remember, work to your own level with all these exercises. And I'll show you from the side. Draw that toe up to get that lovely stretch at the back of the leg there. Feeling that work at the front of the leg as well. The front of the foot as you lift that toe. One last time there, and back to your march. Now we're getting some more of the larger muscles involved now around the legs. So we're going to lift that knee up in front. Now try not to lift too high. All right, we're only still in the warm-up, remember, and you can add that hand across to the knee there if you feel stable. If you need anything for support, you can always use a chair or kitchen counter. So the knee is not going to come any higher than my hip line. And if I don't feel comfortable using the arms, then take them away. That's it. Keep going with that one. A little twist in there in the body as well. Helps you loosen off and march it out. So once again, getting some of those larger muscle groups, I'll show you from the side. We're going to do a little knee bend. Stand nice and tall to start. Sit the bottom back and then lengthen up nice and tall. Not too far, because remember, we're still in warm-up. You can use the hands to slide down and support yourself on those thighs if you want to, or if you feel that you can raise the arms up in front. Keep those shoulders relaxed though. Don't let the shoulders come up around your ears. That's it. Put the weight into the heels. Just be careful that those heels don't lift away from the floor. And we're getting into here and here and here with this exercise. And we'll do two more. One last time. Lovely. And march it out. So back to our side tapping now. Going to take the toe out to the side there. We're going to add those arms, and they're a little higher there if you wish. We're coming up to about shoulder level. And if you want to work a little harder, we can do a double tap. Entirely up to you. If that's not appropriate for you, then go back to your single. And if you feel you need to take the arms away, you can do that as well. I'll show you from the side, and that's your double. You always work to the level that's your most comfortable. Keep going with that. You're doing a fantastic job. Well done. And I hope you're starting to feel warm now. Feel loosened off. Those muscles are working for you. and march it out. We've got our back step then. So take a moment. We did tap backs before, so this time we're doing a step back. So heels going down to the floor, and when we do that, let's take the arms and open out the chest. Now, as that heel goes down, we've got a lovely stretch happening at the back of the leg. We're involving much more the major muscle groups in the legs there. Opening out the chest to help with the breathing, help with the posture. Keep that one going. And again, as always applies, if you don't want to put the arms into that, if it feels more comfortable for you without the arms or with a lower arm, that's fine too. Lovely. 4 more. Higher arms if you want. Here. And last one, march it out. Okay, just a couple more things to do in our warm-up. We're going back to our double step, our double side step, across and across, back and back. With the arms, if you feel ready, you can bring them to a full height arm so that you're working upper body as well as your lower body to get that heart and lungs really working now. Should be starting to feel warm, just slightly breathless. You should be able to have a conversation with me. Okay, so make sure that you can shout back to me. Okay, I'll show you from the side. Now again, if you want to just do the single, you can do the single. If you haven't got the space where you're exercising, you can always limit your area by doing the single, but you can still do the high arms. Entirely up to you. We'll do 2 more. 1 there and back. Good, and again, keep those feet moving. All right, don't let them stop. If you do need to rest, you can just slow it down a little bit and just pedal the feet and then join back in when you're ready. So we've got one more thing left in our warm-up today before we get on to the main event, and it's our pulse raising march. So let's say that this is our normal march. Swinging the hands, swinging the arms about half height. And this is our speed. And we're going to increase that speed, increase the range of movement of our knees and our arms to really get the heart pumping and get us warm. So let's have a little practice. Let's march it high. Hands up, knees higher. A little bit quicker if you can, but if that's all too much in one, don't worry. And then back to our normal speed and range of movement. So that was our practice. So let's have one more go to really get that pulse raised. So here it is, off we go. Lift the knees, swing the arms. A little bit quicker if you can, but make sure that you feel safe doing so. Go at your own speed and then relax it back and march on the spot. Okay, so if at any point you feel uncomfortable and you need to come down from the exercise that you're doing, just have a seat or bring yourself to a stop, but keep those feet moving, okay? If you don't feel comfortable with the exercises at all, okay? Just keep your feet moving for a while and gradually bring that down. Okay, our first exercise in our circuit today is our leg curl. You don't need any specialist equipment. Oh, I've got some weights here, but you can use some weighted bottles of water or bag of sugar, whatever you're comfortable in using. Now the leg curl, I'm going to take the heel behind me stand up nice and tall, and we can add a bicep curl into that move to get the whole of the upper and the lower body working. Draw around the middle, keep nice and tight around the middle there to help that core support you. Now I'm using my weights here. So make sure you're working at a level that's comfortable for you. You need to feel a little bit breathless. Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, you need to be there at 5 or 6 out of 10. So you should be able to have a conversation, have a chat with somebody that you might be exercising there, a few words. So we're going to be doing this exercise, the leg curl, for 2 minutes. So start your timer. I'll start mine. Away we go. Now I've got my weights. You might have your bottles of water, or you might have your bags of sugar. That's it. Keep going. I'll just pop those down a second, just in case you weren't wanting them. I'm standing up nice and tall, tighten around the middle here. Now, if that's too much for you, like I say, you can take the weights away to make it slightly easier. But if you wanted to bend the knee a little more, that would make it harder too. And these are working into those thighs. We can feel them working now. You should be able to speak to me. You should be able to speak to a friend in the room there, a few words. You don't want to be too out of breath so that you can't talk. On a scale of 1 to 10, you're perhaps on a 5 or 6 out of 10 in feeling breathless. Now, we've got 45 seconds to go with your curl. Shoulders are nice and relaxed, elbows in tight. Again, if that's too much using those arms, you can always take those away. There's lots of different options for you. Or if it's too much, you can pause and have a march. Keep going, everyone else, that's fine. And then when you're ready, join in again. We've got 20 more seconds there. It's important that you keep those feet moving. Keep that heart rate up. 3, 2, and 1, and march it out. Keep those legs moving, keep marching. Okay, that was our hamstring curl. Now our sit to stand. And for this exercise, we just need a chair. Good dining room chair would be absolutely fine. I'm going to get my timer so that we can time our 2 minutes on this one as well. I'm going to sit to the front of the chair and we're going to power up, little march, and then sit back into the chair. And we're going to do that one for 2 minutes again. Don't forget to have a little march in between. So, starting in the chair, wiggle those toes, and off we go. Power up through, little march, step back, find the chair, sit back down. Now that's your basic level. Okay, at any point, if you need to rest, you can always stop in the chair there and keep the feet moving, or stop, stood up. Now keep going with that one. Now I've got a little bit of weight as well, so I might take the weight up and out in front and back. It's up to you. Okay, up, out in front and back. A little bit of a march there as well. Now and again, if you're feeling dizzy. Shouldn't say that, take that more. Up, out in front, march. Good. Now it's up to you. This weight might be a little bit heavier, or it might be a light one like I've got today. Keep going with that one. You're halfway through. So again, if you need to rest, just keep the feet moving. You can rest on your feet or you can rest seated down. We've got 40 more seconds. Now if you need to, you can take your hands onto your thighs, that's fine too. March in between and down. Or you might not use the weight, you might have the hands up in front instead. Good, we've got 20 seconds of that left to do, and we should be feeling that heart and lungs working on a scale 1 to 10, 5 or 6, so we can have a conversation with somebody. That's it. This is your last one now. Come up and march on the spot. Keep those feet moving, remember, in between your exercises. That's really quite important to keep that circulation going. All right, our next exercise we did start doing in our warm-up. It's a side step. Do you remember that one? Step to the side. So we're going to go for 2 minutes again. So I'll start the timer there. Now you've got the choice of a single side step, or if you've got the room, a double side step. I'm using my arms there without any weights, but you keep going. If you wanted to, you could always use some weights out to the side to increase that workload for you. Entirely up to you. Okay, you've got that option there. Keep going. That's it, well done. Keep it up. How long have we got? We've done 30 seconds. We've got a minute and a half to go of our 2 minutes. Now, if you don't want to, you don't have to do those arms. Okay, as long as you're feeling like you're working your heart and your lungs, remember, to that point on a scale of 1 to 10 to 5 or 6. Oh, I think I did 3 then. That's okay. So depending on how much room you've got, you do as many as you like. That's absolutely fine. Now we've got just under a minute, so you're over your halfway point. Keep standing tall. Shoulders and upper body nice and relaxed. If you're feeling that you want to go a little quicker, if that is needed to make you feel like you're working a little harder, then you do that too. Now keep going, we've got another 20 seconds to go. So there are different options there of how you can make that easier or harder. Last 10 seconds. Keep going for another 3, 2, 1. Well done, super job. March on the spot, keep those feet moving. Just a couple more exercises to go. We've got our knee raise in front, so nothing special needed. Let's lift the knee a little higher than we did in the warm-up, but no higher than your hip height. Let's start the clock. Your 2 minutes is away, and I'm bringing my hand across. Now to work harder here, I'm bringing my arms up high. You see that there? Now of course, should you need to, you can bring the hands lower or take them away. And if you need to rest, you just march on the spot. Keep going there. Well done. Keep the chest lifted. Now it's quite important not to lean forward as you bring that hand to the knee. Keep it going. And of course, another way of making it a little bit more challenging for yourself is to speed it up as well as having those high arms. But watch your posture there. And if that gets too much, slow it down, bring the arms a little lower. That's your halfway point. So you've got another minute of this one to go. If you feel too much, you can have a little break, have a little rest and bring yourself back in again then when you're ready. I'm going to take the arms up higher and I'm going to maybe speed it up. But I can still talk, so that's working at the right level. Feeling the warmth now. You've got 30 seconds to go with that one. Feeling those leg muscles are working for you. Those big major muscle groups are going to be what gets your heart and lungs working. 10 more seconds for you. 3, 2, and 1, and relax back to your march on the spot. So take a little bit of recovery there if you need it. Keep the feet moving, remember. Have a drink. Important to keep hydrated. Don't wait for me to tell you that one. One more exercise in our circuit of 5, and that is our half star. So we're incorporating that side tap that we did earlier on, and I'm taking the arm up above. So let's reset the clock. 2 minutes, and we're away. Now again, I haven't got any weights in my hand. I'm taking my hand quite high. But if you wanted to, you could find a couple of weights and bring the arms out to the side. But don't bring them so high, just a shoulder height if you do that. But again, if that's too much for you, let's go with a lower arm. That's it, or no arms. On the side, I'm standing up nice and tall, tightening around the middle. Now if I need to work a little harder, again, I can bring 2 arms or speed it up. Now if you wanted to, if you felt that you could, you might do a full jack. All right, entirely up to you. Work to your own level. We've got 40 seconds left. If you need to, have a little break. And bring yourself back into the exercise when you're ready. Remember, on that scale of 1 to 10, I'm feeling breathless to about 6 now, I'd say, which is good. Maybe 6, maybe touching 7. 10 more seconds. Nearly there. 3, 2, and 1, and then march it out. Those 5 exercises of 2 minutes each give you 10 minutes of cardiovascular exercises. So if you want to, you can go back to the beginning, back to your leg curl, and repeat again, giving you 20 minutes. Okay? You can do it 3 times and you get 30 minutes. It's entirely up to you. Work to your own level or build up gradually to that 20 or 30 minute length of main component. Okay, so we're going to have a cool down now. Make sure that you've perhaps had a little drink before we move on to our cool down. Keep well hydrated. Well done. You've worked really hard today. You've worked really hard today. We're going to go back to a side step. So what we want to gradually do now is bring the body back down to that level, that temperature and that breathlessness that we started off the beginning of the session. So side stepping first, my arms are coming up. And let's take the arms away, just a couple more. Good, and march it out. Then moving on, I'll show you from the side that step back. Keep the hips facing front, shoulders relaxed, and I'm going to bring an arm up in front And as I push that heel down, I'm starting to get a lovely beginnings of a stretch there at the back of the calf. Just a couple more there, and then back to your march. Remember, keep your feet moving until I tell you we're done. Hands to the hips first for a side tap. A little bit of arms maybe. Low arms to the side, shoulders nice and relaxed, nice deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good, and have a march. Bringing the arms a little lower now. Take a little pause, and as I pause, I'm wiggling my toes. I'm going to go back to that small knee bend, not too low. Sit the bottom back, stand up as tall as you can in between times. Lift the chest up to the ceiling. Just 2 more. 1 more time. And march those feet out again. Just focus on the posture, standing up nice and tall, opening out the chest, shoulders down and back. Just give yourself a chance to open that chest to breathe. Okay, so we're lifting a knee up in front, just a small lift. And if you need something a little less challenging there today, you could take the toe and tap in front. Or you've got your knee lift. Good, and march it out again. Then we've got our heel digs. So heel to the floor in front and toe raised. Let's put a small bicep arm in there. And a little bend in the knee, the supporting knee. Shoulders relaxed. Good, and march it out. So nearly there. Keep the feet moving. I'm just going to take the hand up and over and comb through the hair. Nice, steady, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Should be gradually feeling a little less breathless. Cooling down the body temperature. Good. 1 more time. And march it out. Okay, hands onto the hips, and we're going to take a small side step. Just a couple of these. And march. And then we're going to go back to your back step, ready to stretch. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And I'm going to take the heel to the floor behind and hold it there, and I'm going to come slightly forward, keeping the heel down, feeling a stretch in the back of the calf. And because we've paused our feet a moment, I'm just going to keep those arms moving. So feeling that stretch there. That's lovely. And step that foot in. And just march it out again for the circulation. And we'll do the same on the other side. I'll show you from the front as well. This leg goes back, heel to the floor, a little bit of a space between the feet here. Come slightly forward until you feel that stretch. So that stretch shouldn't be into any pain. It should be a nice, comfortable stretch. Just move the arms because we've stopped our feet moving. Pause and hold there, and then step in and march. Hands onto the hips and toe tap forward. Just Gently there. Nice and low. Body temperature's dropping. Getting our breath back now. And march. And a heel dig in front. Toe comes up. And as we're doing that, we should feel the start of some stretching at the back of the leg again there. And I'm going to hold this side. I'm going to bend the supporting knee. Take the hands onto that supporting knee. And point the toe down, flex back. Lift the chest and lengthen. If that's too much of a stretch when you hold back, just keep the toe down. Keep breathing nice and steady. One last time, hold up. If you feel strong enough there with your balance, you can add that arm movement in. Good. Bend the knees and come up, march it out. Let's do the other side. I'll show you from this side. We're going to bring the heel forward, bend the back knee, support yourself on that knee, tilt your hips up behind you and lift your chest. Feel that stretch right down here. Point and flex the toe a few times. A bit of mobility in the ankle there. And if you're comfortable doing so, hold that toe back to feel that stretch. The arms moving there as well. Keep looking ahead. And bend the knees, up you come. And keep the feet moving with a march. We're going to roll the shoulders. They're going to come forward, up, round, down and back. I'm keeping the feet moving too. Opening out the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together behind you. Stretching that chest there helps with the breathing, helps with the posture. Loosening you off again. One more time. Good, back to center, give those arms a little bit of a shake out. Well done. We're going to take a small tap to the side. And I'm going to take the foot and hold the foot out there. And I'm going to wiggle those toes. Keep the blood flow going. Elbows in, chest lifted. We're going to do our twist to the side. Knees are soft and my hips are staying facing front. Little pause there. Pass that tray to the person next to you. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Head follows those hands. Make that one the last one there. Come back and just march it out. Gonna walk those feet out again. Keep those toes wiggling there if you can. Shoulders down and back, lift the chest. I'm gonna float the arm up to the ceiling and reach towards the ceiling and across towards the one side and down. Float this arm up, reach straight up to the ceiling, slide the hand down the leg this side, as far as you're comfortable, straight back down. And again, reach, feel that lovely stretch, across, keep it moving, and down. One more time. Float up and reach, keeping the toes wiggling, don't forget them. And back and down, and march it out. Couple more shoulder rolls. Keeping the feet moving. And then I'm going to slide the hands back towards my bottom, bring the elbows together to open out across the chest. Keep the chin lifted, like bringing your elbows towards one another behind. Try not to hold your breath when you're holding those arms there, and then release down and give them a shake out again. I'm going to bring the hand towards the shoulder and I'm going to walk the arm back or the hand back. If it needs a little bit of support, use the other arm. This is the back of the arm stretch here. Keep your chin lifted. You can hold on the soft part of your arm there. Reach down between your shoulder blades. That's lovely. Gently release down. Little roll through. Other side, hand onto the shoulder. Walk the fingertips back. You might find that one will go further than the other. That's okay, just go as far as is comfortable for you. Remember, these stretches are not into any pain. Keep them comfortable. And then down we come and roll through. Okay, I'm going to bring the feet now a little bit wide to give yourself a little good base of support there. And I'm going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And again, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time, this time with a little knee bend. Breathe in and out. Bring the arms down. Give yourself a shake. Well done. You've worked really hard today. Good job. Thank you very much for joining me today. You worked really hard there. Well done. Go to our website if you want to find out about more classes that we're doing there on active.wales, or go to the App Store and search for Active Sport and Leisure. Well done, and I'll catch you again soon.